Okay, just got to make a couple more response videos, maybe one or two more for Ziggy. Try to pause this here. Okay, so what we're looking at here is we're over on the Michael Oziak channel, Abraham Pics series for Harald Kautz part 14, and it's got 4 views. I'm going to try to explain a few things to Ziggy. Okay, so there's 4 views on it. Now 3 of those views are mine, and then one of them is somebody else, one of my subs, I'm assuming. I don't know who. That got 2 likes. So we got 2 likes, 4 views. 3 of those views are me. This is a no-brainer for me. I don't have enough subs that I can't keep track of who's watching what and who's looking at what. So that means that you, Ziggy, have never come to this video yet. So hold on a second. So I'm going to blow it up. Bring it up to size. Okay. I'm just going to line the camera up on there. I might bring a little more light into it so you can get a better look. Now this is for Harald Kautz, and obviously you like Harald a lot and everything like that. I can appreciate that, and you're older than me and probably much wiser. I'm not claiming any fame to being any smarter than you are or anything like that, or smarter than Harald or anything like that. Just that my eyes are open, that's all. Why none of you see what it is I'm pointing out to you, I don't know. I have to assume these things because when I put this out to all of you, and if you're going to deny that you see it, when it's this clear, you know, when the images are this clear, when I'm able to get it for you this fucking clear, I'm about to go on to explain to Harald that when the lightning comes down, I'm going to do some lightning strikes because I did them under other series. I'm going to do this one even a little better. And it should show something too, how much I really do like Harald, even though I might be being a dick. I do like him, so don't think I don't. Anyways, you see this line that comes down here that's separating this image right here, eye, nose, and mouth open, this big human face, you got the hair up here. Now there's millions of images in here, so I'm just cutting you out one, as I always explain. When the lightning comes down, it comes down and follows this line exact and goes down, boom, down and hits the ground. Then another bolt of lightning is going to come, because there's all these other images in here, remember, but it's not going to cut through like this. It doesn't cut through all the, yes, it cuts through some images, but to your eye, from wherever you are when you're watching the lightning, you can pause your camera on the lightning, and let's say right here, I take it down here. It never cuts somewhere where it's not supposed to. It's always cutting out the imagery, is my point. And you can see these lines right now in this frame. You can see this. If the lightning was going on, it would go all the way down to the ground, following and tracing out this imagery. And then if you saw lightning coming back and forth to each other, it will outline, let's say, the eyes of this. You know, eye here, these darker eyes, but you can see the white pupils. You see the whole face right here, right? I think you can. So for me to be a little bit fucking pissed off that, first of all, nobody's ever saw this before, nobody's ever, and that's what we're told, but actually there's a lot of evidence that others have come forward in history and tried saying exactly what I'm trying to show everybody. They got silenced. They usually got thrown a lot of fucking money and fame for the wrong and false reasons, and they tried still slipping it into their work. But Da Vinci's a good example of that. He tried to tell everybody that they could see the system for themselves, but the people just didn't want to fucking look. They just didn't want to see it. And he became famous for painting, and he sucks. He's a shitty fucking painter. There are way better painters than Da Vinci. There are way better painters right now than Da Vinci. Especially as a realist painter, forget it. I just hit play. I'm gonna watch these clouds roll through. This is a video that was already on the series for, I don't know, 2 weeks now already, 2-3 weeks or whatever. I'll turn the volume down. And this is going to be into the series, but it's really going out to Ziggy because Ziggy's got some issues with some of the things that I'm explaining. So I want to just give some explanation on why I'm saying it and why I'm saying it the way I'm saying it and where I get off saying it, all that stuff. So this is me driving around in my car doing simple photography work, right? It's just a regular cell phone camera sitting on my dashboard. Now, everybody that in my life that's around me has the opportunity to look at all this the same way that you do right now, the same way you have for the last 2 weeks. But you didn't come in and you didn't come to this video and say, hey man, I see it. I see what you're talking about. I'm a friend of Harold's, and I'm going to talk to Harold while you're doing this series and see if we can get in on this because, yeah, I see it, man. Eye, nose, mouth, yep, I see it. And I see what you're saying about feline, canine, ape, human, and beast. I've been looking for a few days now, and I haven't been able to see anything aside from the feline. You're not doing nothing like that. The things that you're coming in about and trying to defend, defending dinosaurs because I've got the date wrong. I didn't have the date wrong. I didn't have the date wrong because it was just being sarcastic. Sometimes I'm talking fast and I'll just splurt out shit all over the place. It's just bleh. I don't really have much respect for the English language or any spoken language for that matter, or written language. I just don't really think that much of them, okay? I expect everybody to know what I know just when I tell it to you in my own way. Sending my energy, I guess, is what I want to say. That's why I think that, okay, I just put these videos out. They're going to see them. They're going to see all these images. They're going to see all these faces. There's just no fucking way. You can't miss them. All you got to do is look for a minute or two. One view, one person that came in and looked. And I supposedly have 60 subs. And I'll tell you that too. You know, you made the remark about losing subs. I'm not out for subs. I'm out for specific subs. I don't want my channel to ever be commercialized. Of course, if it ever got commercialized, I would shut it down myself, or I would give it away to somebody else who's in the entertainment field. I'm not into that. I would do that. I offered other people to give them my channel before, and they're better entertainers than I am. People, in other words, you would like them. You would like them. They don't swear a lot. They don't. They're much easier about things. But that just didn't happen. It was no big deal. I'm going to press play again. Let the clouds roll, see where they go. I'm in the vehicle this day. A lot of times I go out in the car. Here we go. I was at a light. There we go. So I'm just going to go and I'm going to let the next set of images all come in because we're changing up the lights and angles. Again, you shouldn't need me to be able to do this. I explain in my videos how to stop here and there. So now you're looking at that same image I was showing you over there with the eye here and that nose here, mouth open. You can see his teeth, right? You could see all this, right? I understand you have an issue with separating the collages, but once I point them out to you, you should have no problem seeing these images. So I could go ahead and crop for you like this so that it doesn't confuse you, and I a lot of times will, but not in every fucking video. I don't have time. I'm not an entertainer. So eye, nose, and mouth down here of that large image. And then there's many images within it, and it's within other images. So if I go like this, I can come up with, but either way, by the way, again, it's always comes up feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast. So I can go around the screen and keep doing this for you, but you can do it yourself. You don't need me to do it. You know what I mean? You can keep cropping images. I will do it when I want to. I'm not going to do that on demand whenever somebody has a complaint about something I'm saying or doing or whatever, you know? I'm just not going to do that. I'm doing the best that I can to show it to you, and it seems really obvious to me. So at this point, if you're shoving this down people's throat, like I mentioned in the other videos that you were also, I guess, upset about, but I mean, I'm shoving it down the throat of 10,000 people, yes. but that's purposeful. I want to see, I want to understand how we got into the slavery this far into, I press play, how we got this far into slavery. Oh, because I'm pausing on the other end too, showing you these images. So I'll just hit play again. So that's part of the curiosity. How is it that my father, my friends, my family, everybody I know, how could they look at this after telling me all my life that all these things that were obviously and apparently lies, and when I start pointing out that they're lies, they're telling me, no, that's crazy talk that they're lies. No, I can prove that they're all lies. Let's go look. Come on, I'll show you. They won't look. They refuse. They prefer the lies over looking at what it is I'm trying to show you right here. Now, these are just some clouds. These are my cloud videos, in fact. But the reason why I'm going for Harald and even Abraham and other people, number one, I'm calling certain people out. Some people, usually people that I like, by the way. I'm going to hit play again. We'll see what I do on the other end. I'm usually calling out people who I like. So, in my opinion, that should be appreciated. It's not like I don't like Harald. Yes, I'm a little bit of an asshole, and I have to be. Another thing you have to keep in mind is I want his minion to go back and let him know about the series. Usually, I don't even usually send a notice to anyone that I made a series for them. They usually find out through their minion. Now, I only started doing that because I figured that even the minion are going to have a hard time getting to my channels because I have to change so many things about the wording and everything like that. So this particular series, I'm going back to using Harald's name in the top of the thing, and I'm going to see what is going to be said about it. I'm going back to I'll change some things. I'll tweak a couple of. I figured it was nicer to do it that way than to say, hit play again, because you should be seeing all this, right? You're seeing all this imagery, right? In the clouds. This is at the cloud level. I'm assuming you are, Ziggy. And you can write back to me. You feel free to email me anytime. I don't check my email very often, but you know you can email me. I don't care what your complaints and your questions and stuff like that. Gives me an opportunity to respond to people the way that I'm doing it now. But I'm not going to respond through email. I'll just write you a message saying go look for the video. That's the way I do things. So, you know, I just mailed you back and said I'm going to do a video, maybe two. So this is already the second or third one that I'm mentioning you, and hopefully you'll come to them and watch them. And what I'm trying to point out to you is that why I get so frustrated with all of this, why I get so upset, because it's right there. It's right in front of our faces. And to watch everybody ignore it and deny it is just, no. Or try to make something else of it by using our programs. You know, why keep using the same human programs to keep looking with? You know what I mean? It doesn't make any fucking sense. So I'm trying to bring you in the best way that I've learned over the last couple of years to see the builders, these triangular shapes that you're seeing everywhere in here, in every frame, all these triangular shapes. You're seeing them in every color. I'm pointing at the darker ones because those are the ones that your eyes will be attracted to the most. And I usually told people in the beginning, look for the eyes, the nostrils, the mouths, things like that. Then after that, you can look for detail, hairlines, all that stuff. But look for the eyes, the nostrils, and the mouths to find the triangular shapes when you're first looking for them of the imagery, because the imagery is everywhere. So once you look for that, then it's a good start. And it does work. Everybody that I've tried that with has seen them. But again, they just run away right as soon as they see it. Okay, as far as these 7.8 billion zombie slaves, that has to be said because that's where the conspiracy truly lies. And I don't, you know, there's so many other human conspiracies that everybody thinks that they're the main conspiracies. They're not. And if you're going to keep looking for somebody and that somebody ends up being yourself, you're never going to find them. So I'm trying to help people to understand that and see that it's us. I'm not saying you, I'm saying us, we, the zombie slaves. I am one of the 7.8 billion. So I'm not just saying you guys are the fucking slaves. Yes, I'm trying to open your mind to these things, but that's just a messenger. It doesn't mean I don't have all the answers. I don't know why it's only feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast. I don't know why temperature changes are making. I don't know the right sound frequencies for a lot of things. There's a lot of things that other people, the people that I'm calling out, will have the answers to. And it will be due to their scientific knowledge. Even though it'll be the opposite of their scientific knowledge, the answers, that's okay. At least they know, oh, okay, so far everything I've done opposite of what I've learned in school, it turns out to give me the answers I need. It's still a way of figuring it out, so who cares? I don't know what the opposite of that is because I don't have that education. I don't have that knowledge that you all have. So I don't doubt that it'll come in handy. I'm sure it will. I know the little bit of memory I do contain and the self knowledge that I have does come in handy, but I use it the same way. It's self knowledge, it's things that I was programmed with during my life throughout my human programs, television, books, school, all that stuff. So I have to reverse all of those things to get the real answers. And it works. I keep doing it over and over and over again. Okay, it's on pause on the other video. I'm just playing this for you because I'm just curious why. Just like a lot of other people that come in and make complaints, you haven't really watched any of the videos. Now I know YouTube fucks with me. I know when I go over to YouTube, what YouTube does is number one, they delete a lot of my videos, and I can't even keep up with which ones they're deleting because I've got a lot of videos, and they're probably old series that they're deleting. They probably get copyright strikes on them or some shit, and then if I don't pay attention to them, they just automatically get deleted. I don't know what the reasoning is. All I know is when I go to my page, up in the right-hand screen, it'll say 4 videos deleted. And I'm like, what? I haven't deleted any videos in days. What's that all about, you know? So I don't know. I don't even argue about it anymore because it's drama. I had other videos. That last series that I did, there was 2 videos on there that were, I pumped them up myself to about 20 views. Then they went up on their own from the public to 45 views or something. Luckily, if I really cared, I was making videos and had that evidence on my screen during some of my videos. And it's 40 one day, 43 another day, right? And then all of a sudden, one day I went to it and it was 12 views. Then I said, oh, they're fucking knocking my views down, huh? And then I come back a little bit later and it's down again. It's a 6 views, and so that particular video was down to 6 views. It was a good video. It was one of the few videos I did any talking in during that series. Most of them I was just giving you visual, expectations. I mean, if you're missing any of this, I don't know how you could be missing it unless you're not looking. And that's what I'm accusing you of, Ziggy. And I'm trying to do it in a nice way. I'm trying not to be a dick about it. But obviously, you're not looking very hard if you don't see this. I mean, it's pretty apparent. So to try to say that I'm using my imagination to show you what you can simply all see for yourself, I mean, you don't see that image right there? I mean, there's many of them, but I mean, at least pick one. You could take this large one that's in the dark eye, and see the eyeshadows, a very obvious nose and mouth, right? You could use that one if you want to come out to about here. Which you can pick them up in a lot of different ways. There you go. Okay, pull in different eyes when you're moving around. As you're coming over here, you can pick up some of these other larger ones. You can see this one looking off in, that direction towards you, right? See clearly the eye, what the intent is, right? You can clearly see the intent. All right, come back over here again, back to this one. Now, getting him out of your way, you should be able to come in here, Izzy, right? Or Ziggy, whatever your name is. I got a friend, Izzy, too, that's on here, but I'm talking to Ziggy right now. So you see him, right? I can come down like this so you get his mouth in a little more clear. All right? I can start cropping images like I've been trying to show you how to do. But see, you should have been coming here and doing this, and then you should be going and working with Harald and saying, you know, this guy Mike Oziak's a real asshole. I mean, he just talks a lot of shit. So why don't we take what he's showing us and we'll fucking bang this shit out and we'll show him what's really going on, you know? And then you guys should come out and show me what's really going on. Fu Manchu mustache on this one in one angle right here. See this right here, these two lines right here? On that eye, nose, and mouth, which, there you go. Yep, it is. So that's pretty interesting. I had someone else asking me one day if, you know, different nationalities would come out in different areas, and it does seem so. That's why I'm a little surprised to see the Fu Manchu mustache on that one. There you go. So you're seeing this all, Ziggy, right? Otherwise, I'm sure you wouldn't be saying a lot of the things that you're saying to me, right? Because you wouldn't say all those things to me if you didn't already see this and understand it. So you should be able to come and explain this, obviously, better than I can. So why not do it? You know, I just hit play again. I mean, the videos are here for you to do that with, and then you can come in and explain and give your side of it. I'm not against hearing it. Just don't think I'm not going to call it out. You know what I mean? The space alien nonsense and all that stuff. And I understand your strong belief for thinking that you live on a ball. I get all that. That's why I'm not making videos for entertainment purposes. I'm trying to call out certain people that could possibly get their heads around what it is I'm trying to show you. I'm down at the bottom computer now. I press play, and now these next images are going to start pulling in now. These ones here. That's what's going to happen now. So this is on your series. Again, this is Abraham Pics series for Harald Kautz, part 14. One person has viewed it so far. And I'm just going in and moving my camera around and bringing you in at all the different images. So I already gave you Fu Manchu. I could bring you over in that same direction and keep cropping and bringing you all these other images like this. Image within image within image within image from the veil to the ground. But I actually seen a couple up here that I like better, so I'm going to come back up here. Where the hell were you? Down here? Oh, that's fine anyway. Oh yeah, I was going to come down here and go on these ones, I guess. Show you some of these. Okay, so, you know, Fu Manchu, you got eye here, and the eyes even look a little Asian, too. I lost them right now. But the eyes I'm just pointing out do look Asian. Right now, he's more falling in a rodent category. See the way his nose is fatter at this angle? And no longer is no longer the mustache, because the chin is right here, the mouth is right here on the image that I'm pulling in right now. The forehead's here. A little bit of hairdo or something going on. Big fat nose in this one. Still slanted eyes. The eyes are still a little slanted and closed up a little bit on this angle. And then the mouth's here blowing something out of the mouth, right? On that particular image. Now, we could easily change him up, but before I leave him, I was going to come over to this one. I pull some different light into my camera. I can now give you Fu Manchu, I think. Yeah. So Fu Manchu is going to be eye, nose right here, very human looking, and then the mustache here, the mouth right here, open of him. And I can get him to change very little in a lot of different directions. So obviously, right? So I brought him from over here before. Let's see if I see any more Any more Asian features on anything else? No, I don't think so. Okay, then we can come up here to this one here, which is I got the ape face. Which ape this is, I don't know. You have to talk to certain people that know more about animals. So this comes to what you were talking about in your email about my lack of education and how important it is that anybody showing these things and talking about them should be educated. This part of it, you may be right about that, and I mention that in all my videos, and a lot of them. I say anybody that knows animals better than I do would have a better chance, but I know it's in the ape category. That's why I call it the ape category. But there are thousands of different ape species out there that are all different. I don't know how to identify each one from the other, but there are people out there who have education and they looked at a lot of that kind of thing. And same thing goes for the cultures, all that kind of stuff. I'm calling it a Fushu mustache, right? It could be called a lot of other things as well that I don't know what the proper terminology is on them. So I'm not claiming that I am, and I don't want to be bothered with that either. I'm going to come over here, change my angles, and we'll get some of the images from this angle. So we can see already coming through just by looking for the eyes on things. We can see there's an eye here. You can see the other eye here. The nose is going to be in here, and the mouth is here of that image looking through. Okay, you can get his whole head actually in there. So if we keep that eye, that nose, and that mouth open, you got his ear going on back here, the top of his headline, everywhere in here. You can, probably get him in pretty good. There you go. There you go. Now you see his ear back there and everything like that. You can see his hairline. You're going to have to remove with your eyes the collage, all the other images that are within there, and match up the eyes to make sure you got the right eyes and stuff like that, and the nose to be the right size to go with that mouth, and then you'll see the rest of it. I mean, look at the fucking detail in it. It's unbelievable. All right, and then you can back out a little further and you'll get them in a little bit different of a way, but the same image you can still pull in. All right, and then his ear, of course, his ear back there, you can go back in there and find out that his ear are just more images, right? See? And his hairline is just a bunch more images. Okay, what's that? The pause button. Don't pay attention to the pause button. And the pause button is a good example of human influence because it doesn't play into the imagery anywhere. I almost played it as a set of teeth for this one, but it doesn't play in enough, so that's why I didn't buy it. You can always identify it, but eye, nose, and his mouth is right here. But the pause button thing is there, so you know what I mean. But you could tell the human influence. It's funny. It's really funny. I'm just going along these faces right here for a second. Okay, and then this is that other different look on that one. Again, I keep coming back to this one because I just think it's one that you'll see. There's another one right here. Eye, nose, mouth open. Let's see his nose a little better. Let's take a look at him. Sizing is also tough, so I have to make sure that I've got whatever nose that is. Is it gonna? It doesn't look in the feline category. The snout doesn't look in the feline category. It's probably gonna fall in the rodent category. Again, if you know rodents well, then you'll be able to identify some of these faces better, and maybe you'll want to recategorize them. But you have to start somewhere. You have to at least look first. and obviously you're not looking. You're not, the videos that I just made, you watch, 5 minutes of one, 10 minutes of another. You hear me picking on Harald, so you get pissed off, and, you know, and then that's it. I'm trying to get this one down here, this whole corner. There you go. That, of course, is the lower half of that same image that I've been trying to show you. I'm going to come over here to see if I can get you the other lower half's a little better. There you go. So all I have is a shitty ass camera on the tripod outside to do this. I have a shitty ass camera phone in my hand right now to show you this. I keep recommending video after video after video that you go to any cloud videos, any rocks, stones, trees, ice, anything you want, and you do the same thing that I'm doing here with the camera phone in your hand. And then again, you won't be taking my word on it, but yet, for some reason, nobody does it. I don't see anybody making any videos on it. No one's looking. I don't know. Everybody's afraid. I assure everybody not to be afraid of anything. It's nothing scary about it. No. They still won't believe it. What am I at for minutes? Alright, I'm already at 31 minutes. Let me press play again. So I don't want to keep repeating myself, but I have a habit of it because I delete videos and then I don't remember what I got to say during any particular video, and sometimes I'll listen back and I'm like, oh, I already said that for 3 different videos. But what happens is sometimes they have to get deleted. A lot of times they have to get deleted. So Ziggy, you got the dinosaur thing again. I was not making the claim that dinosaurs were roaming the earth 24 to 34,000 years ago. What I was talking about was I was stating some other things that I believe the time frame that happened. Because most people wouldn't believe that. Because the reason is because if we go by these books here that are in the human concept and that are written by humans, and we go by the human word, the written lies. Okay, we can learn a lot of things by reading these books. I agree with you, but they're all lies. So you have to look in between all these lies to find little bits and pieces of truth. That's all I'm saying. It's not easy to do that. If you're just going to assume that everything in here is true, or whatever book, it doesn't really matter. I don't care if it's this book and you think that everything in there is true and we should learn how to interpret these words. No, just the whole thing, no, get away. If you look at one of these books, whatever, it doesn't have to be for idiots, because that one's for me. I'm the idiot. I agree with you. I agree with you on that, and that was nice of you the way you explained to me why I'm such an idiot. I agree with you. I never argue with anyone who says that. What I'm saying to you is that I don't really care, and I don't really think much of your education. So we're even, I guess. I don't know. American history. It's all false. It's all false. Everything written about it is all false. We'll have to go on Mount Rushmore, huh? And grab the imagery out of there. It'd be a good idea. Yeah, we should. We should. Out of that. But human influence, don't forget. Because, this was blown apart and chiseled and everything like that. So a lot of human influence in there. So we'll come back on it. Anyways, back to what I was saying. The American Revolution. I'm going to read about the American Revolution in books, watch it in movies, see it on television, and then I'm supposed to believe any of it? No, you got to read through it and find a little bits and pieces of truth. Yeah, maybe it's a fact that there was some kind of war, but that's about the only fact you'll find about it. Otherwise, like the rest of it's all false. Provably false. So again, I was trying to bring up the dinosaur thing. So when they brought us back in history, what I was trying to point out to Harold is that all that false history should just be wiped away and not believed in. And then went right into about dinosaurs, and I was thinking in my mind, I was thinking millions of years ago. I just didn't specify that part of it, and I just continued on talking. And my conversation was about other things that I believed happened 24 to 34,000 years ago. In that video, that was I was talking about some evidence that I had found that things existed in a little bit different of a way. And I'm able to admit when I'm wrong about things, because I'm gonna go and research some things that Harold's got on his video. So don't think that it's a wash for me with Harold. I still have a lot of faith and hope, not faith, but just hope that I'll be able to get through to him, and then he'll take this to a new level. That's always my hope with everybody. I'm not hoping that I can just throw this in his face and say, ah ha ha ha, I found it and you didn't. No, no, no. I'm saying, here, I found this. You want to take over on this? You'll probably go a lot farther than I could ever go with it. That's what I'm hoping for. So, yes, I have my own unique way because I get very aggravated and pissed off. But you're not doing what I'm doing, and maybe you are, I don't know. But doing this and YouTube shit, I mean, it sucks, man. So of course I'm gonna get aggravated. You know, it's all aggravating shit. So YouTube fucks with me on a daily basis. You know, so okay, so if you see an eyeball like that, right? You see a pretty distinct eyeball. You can look around and try different angles to find the other eyeball and see if you can land it in this, because it could be over to the left off screen, but most likely you will find a match for it. So let's look to the right, right, as we're going around. So I'll move around a little bit, and I'm starting to find the match for that other eyeball. Here, look, I'll come up in this one and do it. Okay, where was the eyeball now? This top screen I got a little bit darker. So there's the eyeball again. Okay. Let's see if I can get it. The matching eyeball. So now I've already changed the eyeball now by coming all the way to this angle because I'm trying to find the match. The other match for this one where the pupil's on top looking up, that one, other match for that one might be off screen. Oh no, there it is. No, that one's over here. Let's find it. It's over here somewhere. Yeah. I'm getting it. Hold on. It's coming. It's coming. No, I lost it. Alright, let's just come this way then. See what we get. Okay, because I changed the eyeball now, is what I'm saying. So now I'm looking for another, for I gotta stop saying fur too, because when I listen to my voice back, I sound even dumber than Ziggy's accusing me of being. Alright, so, so I over here because I can see the outline of the eye, not because I can see the eyeball, because I can't yet. But I can tell you this is a canine nose in a lot of different directions. This big area here is a canine nose for a lot of stuff. I can tell you that from just looking at it right now. Let me shut this off too. I don't even know how that got back on. And I'm going to come back down here again. Okay, let's roll across this. Okay, I'm already at 39 minutes, so we'll just scroll down this way. And I'm doing is I'm trying to crop for you image within image, you know, as I go. Okay, when we talk about wearing apparel and wearing apparel on things and stuff, and these eyes here, where the eyes are lit up right now, in the mouth, you can see the nose here, right, of that image there. Several different ways, because the whiteness ends up being a mustache in one direction, the blackness ends up being a mustache in another direction, and this whole area is being used as chin and lips for that image as I go down. Let me see if I can crop them a little better for you. It looks like I could probably pull this one in a little better. What I was going to point out is the wearing apparel on the top of his head when we were at the other way. Now it's just hair. Now it ends up being a hairline at this angle, unfortunately, but it's okay. I knows now his mustache is dark now at this angle. I was trying to explain the changes in the mustache because I'm changing up. So now his hairline is now here rather than wearing apparel, because at the other angle it's going to be wearing apparel on the head, or a funky ass, hairdo for a male image. So again, Ziggy, you never came to this video, right? So you never even watched any of my videos, but yet you're thumbs down in them all, which, by the way, doesn't bother me. I mean, I'm not here for subs. I'm not here for views. I'm not here for likes. It's not what this is about for me. So what it's about is to get this out to the entertainers, the people that are claiming to be awakened, the space alien, like Harald, the space aliens, to know the truth about things, to know that there's really no such thing as themselves. That's my whole point of what I'm trying to do. So I don't need to go and have subs or have anybody like me or want to watch my channel or anything. So, I mean, it's kind of barking up the wrong tree with that part of it. Yes, I feel some empathy for the way that I am talking to Harald, because I like Harald. Otherwise, if I didn't like Harald, I wouldn't even have any empathy for that. So yes, I do, but I cannot apologize, no, because of the things that he's saying. I will apologize if he comes out and he works with me and he goes and starts going down the roads where I'm showing him and proves me wrong, that he's not a intentional liar. Then yes, or actually proves me right, because I'm hoping that he's not an intentional liar. So if he's not, then he'll come out and he'll do that when the time comes. If you want to get a head start on that, I'm not going to write to Harald for another 100 videos, but I can already tell you that other girl that was writing in, that was mailing me with you, that was her name. I don't know. I don't remember. Everybody, no one uses real names anyway. But that girl that was writing me, she knows Harald personally. She's a good friend of his. So believe me, Harold's already onto this. It's probably going to take him a while. He might not even start with my videos. He might go, his own series. He might do is he might just go back to the old videos, because I'm sure she's been in before. She's been in on and chimed in other times when I mentioned Harald Kautz's name under the cat series. Now it's marked as the cat. It was used to be called West Coast Cat. So the West Coast Cat series, she had chimed in a few times because I was mentioning Harald Kautz, and she said she knew Harald really well and stuff like that. I have no doubt that Harold's a nice guy. I'm just being an asshole because sometimes I get frustrated and angry that number one, nobody sees this. No matter what I do to show them, nobody sees it. And then what it takes to see it is actually looking, which is another thing that nobody's willing to do. But yet everybody's definitely willing to jump up and say that it's something that it's not. You mentioned so many things in your mail to me about dinosaurs and when they existed and all this stuff. I'm surprised you didn't tell me when unicorns fucking existed. It's just ridiculous. In other words, you don't know. You don't know. We don't know anything, man. None of us do. So just because somebody doesn't have the education and background of a scientist or a physicist or anything, big fucking deal. Doesn't mean that we're not able to see things for what they are. So, as a matter of fact, I think we have a better chance of seeing things for what they are. So that's my comeback to that. All right, I'll be back. Okay, I'm just running through some videos for Ziggy and another girl whose name I don't even remember, but she's a friend of Harold's, and they had some. Yeah, hold on a minute. Okay, so we're making this couple parts and answering some questions that they had, and confronting some of the accusations that they made, and that's all I'm doing. So I'm playing this video through purposely because it's a video that it's an Abraham Pics series, Harold Kautz number 14, and it has one subscriber view, two of my views on it. Is all that, three of my views on it, and then one subscriber view. That's what I'm assuming. Maybe there was two subscriber views, but we know that it was not Ziggy, and we know that it was not Harold's friend that's writing it. I wanted Lynn. I don't know. Names don't matter, anyways. So what I did was I went and turned this video on because I was trying to say to them, "You're not even looking. You're not even looking, and you're making these calls already without even going looking at what I'm showing you, because a lot of these have 0 views. The only ones watching them is me, and the ones that are being watched are a couple of my subs out of 60 people. They're 2 or 3 subs maybe, right, are watching them here and there. And what I'm trying to explain to Ziggy is that's the whole point of my existence here on YouTube. I don't want to call out the average Joe. I don't want to be commercialized. I'm going to hit play while I'm talking. I don't want to be commercialized. I don't want to be